Hi, this is Sue Rose with the Department of Early Learning. Thank you for joining us today. Today's webinar is called Rating Readiness and the Road to Becoming a Training Resource Center. We would like to share with you today what it takes to get your rating in Early Achievers completed, as well as what we know so far about our second round of Training Resource Centers. We'd like to start with rating readiness. As you know, our Head Start ECAP pathway sites come into Early Achievers at a level 3. This is based on the 45 reciprocity points that were given for meeting the performance standards. Our Head Start and ECAP pathway sites will have the University of Washington come out for data collection, and they will conduct the ERS and the class. When we have a signed participation agreement back, that's when I will send out the welcome kits. In those welcome kits, we have the All About the ERS guide, as well as the Class Dimensions guide, and a flash drive put together by the University of Washington, and it has some great training suites. We also have some ERS and class self-assessment tools that you may find useful to use with your sites. These are the tools that Child Care Aware uses with their licensed providers in the community. So for the environment rating scale, we wanted to make sure that you know that the minimum threshold your site will need to meet is a 3.5. And this is an average of assessed classroom scores. And you'll see that by meeting that minimum threshold, you will earn 5 Early Achievers points. So for a score of a 5, you get 10 Early Achievers points, and so on. For class, under Instructional Support, Engage Support for Learning, again, this is an average of assessed classroom scores, and the minimum threshold is a 2. And as long as the score is a 2 to a 3.4, that will earn the site 10 Early Achievers points. And finally, under Class Emotional Support and Classroom Organization, Emotional and Behavioral Support, a 3.5 is the minimum threshold, which will earn 10 Early Achievers points. By meeting these minimum thresholds, it will put your Head Start ECAP pathway site at a rated level 4 by simply meeting the minimum thresholds. It will get you to 70 points or more if you get higher than the minimum threshold. And 70 is the first number for our level 4. We wanted to go over action steps in merit. So it's important that each of your Head Start ECAP pathway sites register their facility in merit. This is done by the primary contact / site manager, and they do that through their professional record in merit. Once it's completed and submitted, it will actually go to the grantee contractor for review and approval. Once a grantee contractor approves the facility site registration, the site contact manager can then have access to the Early Achievers application for level 3. Once this is completed and submitted by the site, it again goes to the grantee contractor for review and approval. Each of your Head Start ECAP pathway sites that completes this application for level 3 will actually trigger in merit the mailing out of our technical assistance stipend. These technical assistance stipends are for the work you've done around orienting your sites to early achievers, as well as helping your site staff get into merit and the rating readiness that you're doing. These technical assistance stipends are worth $1,500 per site, one time only. You'll work with your sites on the Head Start ECAP pathway on the ERS and class, and when the site is ready to be evaluated by the University of Washington, the site contact person will go into merit and complete the early achievers request for on-site evaluation. In this application, there's actually an opportunity to enter 2 blockout dates per month during that window of time where the University of Washington may come out. These blockout dates are to show dates that are just not good for a data collector to come out, such as when you're having a field trip. Once this request for on-site evaluation is complete, it will again go to the grantee contractor for review and approval. We wanted to share with you our ratings cohort calendar that's going into effect in July, but will actually be implemented starting April 2nd, which is cohort 5. You'll see that our first column with the dates is showing the window of time in which a request for on-site evaluation needs to be approved between. So for cohort 5, if you have a request for on-site evaluation approved during the window of time April 2nd to June 1st, it means that the on-site evaluation will occur between July 16th and September 15th. And the final column shows the date in which the rating will be finalized for that site. We do recognize that many of these dates don't often work for those Head Start and ECAP programs that are closed during the summer. So you may be looking more at cohort 1 or 2 as a better opportunity. So the University of Washington is actually notified once that request for on-site evaluation is completed in merit. A community liaison from their team will contact the site and verify those blockout dates. She'll ask questions about the logistics of the site, and her real role is to ensure a smooth visit from the data collectors. Data collectors really want to be able to go in and not have to interrupt anyone's day asking a lot of different questions about how to get to different classrooms. So the community liaison's work is to really help that visit go smooth for everyone. For the data collection visit, it is unannounced, but you will know the window of time in which it will occur. The classrooms are chosen randomly, but please know that each of your classrooms will be visited by the data collection team, and they will either conduct the ERS or the class. Unless you have a site that has only one classroom, then of course both tools will be done in that classroom. Then the coding team compiles and analyzes the data for an early achievers rating. When the early achievers rating is finalized, the grantee contractor will receive an email from the Department of Early Learning stating that one of your sites has been rated. You will also have access to the ERS